All right, so here is my if bid. I paid $1,300 bucks.
To get a 20, to get a 24, to get a 5, to get a 2600, to get about a 7, to get about a 7, 8, to get a 8, 9, to get about a 3, now 1, and to get a 32, to get about a 33, to get a 4, to get a 5, to get about a 6, to get about a 7, to get about a 37, to get 8, and to get a 8, 8, 8, 8, 9, 9, to get a 4, to get about a 90 up over here, 39, 4, now 1, 41, 2, 82, to get about a 42, to get about a 2, 2, 2, now 3, and to get a 42, to get about a 3, 4, and to get a 43, to get a 40.
So you guys did it. On the last auction video, you got 1,500 likes. So as promised, I'm going to give you another one. But today, instead of just taking you to the same 2 auctions, I don't want that to get stale and you see the same auctions every week. I'm going to actually take you through the whole week and get a few auctions that you haven't seen yet. Today's kind of weird though. Today's Monday. I'm going to an auction today that I've never been to before, and it's actually 2.5 hours away from my house. So, and they're not running very many cars. It's a newer auction. They're only running like 70, 75. So I know you're asking, well, that seems stupid. Why on earth would you go 2.5 hours away to potentially buy no cars? So it actually turns out that in the same city, it's the capital of North Carolina. I have to come here to get my license renewed, my dealer's license renewed anyway. So what I'm going to do is I drove all the way up here so I could turn in my paperwork to do a renewal, and I planned it on the same day that they're actually running this new auction. So the auction company that's running is actually the same company of my Thursday afternoon auction. I know the guys, they're a small auction, but it's a great auction. So it's not really going to be all that new of an experience. It's just going to be a different location, but it's the same company that runs. So, but anyway, I just want to say thank you guys for the support. And like I said, you got to 1,500 likes. So I'm doing this video for you immediately after that. It only took 2 days. It blows me away. Just thank you so much. But we're going to set the same goal for this week's video. If this gets 1,500 likes, as soon as it's done, I'll start working on the next auction video for you guys. But right now, I'm in the parking lot of the DMV for our state, and I'm going to go inside and probably wait in line forever, and then they'll tell me that my paperwork's wrong, and then I have to redo it, and I'll be under a time crunch and have to come back up here. Hopefully not. So we'll run it here and get this done, and then I'll see you afterwards. All right, so just waiting there for over an hour, and I have to leave because if I'm going to make this auction, then I can't wait anymore. So we're going to go to this auction and come back so I can wait another hour, and this is the point where I ask for the sympathy like. So like, subscribe, and let's go to the auction. All right, so we made it to the auction. We're late, so I'm not gonna be able to check out any of the cars I'm gonna buy. But I did talk to one of the owners, one of the buddies of mine, and luckily for you guys, they're gonna let me film pretty close to the auction, so you'll get to see some of that process. This is a mobile auction, so what that means is we're behind a new car store. The auction actually comes to the store to bid off their trade-ins. So it's a great trade-off for the new car store because they literally don't have to do anything. They just bring their trade-ins back here to the back of the lot, and the auction company comes here. New car store doesn't have to do anything. They just auction them off. But hopefully you can hear me over the auctioneer. Sorry, I'm out of breath too. But this is what's happening. All the cars are lined up right here, and they're going to run through around here. And the auctioneer is up there running the cars. Guys are bidding on cars down there. Shout out to dude I just talked to. So he watches all my videos. He saw me here. So, but anyway, I'm going to get you some footage here in just a little bit. But this is what's going on right now. So I'm going to watch and see what's going on. And you get a 51 to get about a 2, to get a Maddie, I'm way in the back now, 51 2, and you get a 1 2, how do you get a 51 to get about a 2, to get about a 2 3, and you get a 53, 54, Maddie, 4, you get a 54, now 5, 5, now 6, and you get a 5600, now 7, now wait, you get a 57, they're still on the same car that just left. And you get a 59, you get about a 6 right now, how do you get a 59 6, $5,900 bill, now 6, you get about a 6, you get about a 6, you get about a 6, got 5,900. So that car just sold for $5,900. 8402.
So I'm gonna bring you in when one starts, which is right now. This one's got about 100,000 miles. It's a 2013. The guy opening the hood right now is the floor guy. So there's an auctioneer and then there's a guy that works the floor.
Go ahead, try to get a bit of 45 cents. I got a 4,500 to get a bit of 60, 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 get a 60, got 4,500. So
just one bid there. It sounded like it was $4,500. So we'll watch another one. It's a 2014, 190,000 miles.
How much here? Can you get a bit of a sign? Can you get a bit of $2,000 point? Can you get a bit of 2? Can you get a 1, 2? Can you get a bit of 22? Can you get a bit of 3? Can you get a bit of 4? Can you get a 20? Can you get a bit of 5? Can you get a 2,600? Can you get a bit of 7? Can you get a bit of 7? 8? Can you get a bit of 9? Can you get a bit of 3? Now point. And you get 32. Can you get a bit of 33? Can you get a 4? Can you get a 5? Can you get a bit of 6? Can you get a bit of 7? Can you get a bit of 37? Can you get 8? And you get a bit of 8, 8, 8, 9, 9. Can you get a 4? Can you get a bit of 90 up over here? 39, 4. Now 1. 41, 2. Maddie 2. Can you get a bit of 42? Can you get a bit of 2, 2, 2, 2. Now 3. Can you get a 42? Can you get a bit of 3, 4. Can you get a 43? Can you get a 40? Can you get a 5? Can you get a 45? Can you get a 6? Can you get a 46? Now 7. 46, 7, 8. You get a 80. Where you at, Maddie? 47. Now 8, now 9. And you get a bit of 5.
I got off at
45. 5, 1. 51, 2. And you get a 52. Now 3. You get a 4. You get a 54. You get a 5. You get a 55. 5, 5. You get a 55. 6. And you get a 5600. You get a bit of 7. You get a 8. You get a 58. 8, 9, 9. You get a 58. 9. And you get a 5000. You get a bit of 9. I'm with you, Maddie. 58. 9. And you get a 5000. You get a bit of 9. You get a bit of 9. You got 5800.
So it went for 58. All right, you guys have been asking me a lot about Tacomas. So here's a 2016 92,000 miles. We'll watch it go through and see how much it brings.
Take a look, number 44. You get a bit of 16 right there. Go. You get a bit of here. You go 92,000 pounds on that title attachment. You get a bit of title attachment. And you get a bit of a sign now. How much on the
title attached means the title's not here. I know that sounds stupid, but title attached means that they don't have the title in their possession.
You get a bit of 29. You get a 9. You get a down. You get a bit of 29. You get a bit of 28 pounds. You get a bit of 28 pounds. You get a bit of 5. You get a 28 grand money. You get a bit of 20. You get a bit of 23 5, 23 cents. And you get a bit of 23 7. You get a bit of 7. You get 8. You get a bit of 23 8 now 9. And you get a bit of 23 9. And you get a 24 24 1 2 24 2. You get a bit of 3. You get a 4. You get a 24 4. You get a 5. You get a bit of 24 6. You get a bit of 24 7. Now 8 9 9. You get a bit of 25 1 25 2. You get a bit of 3. You get a bit of 25 3 25 4. And you get a bit of 25 4. And you get a bit of 25 3. You get a bit of 25 5. And you get a bit of 25 6. You get a bit of 7. You get a 25 7. Now wait. You get a bit of 25 9. You get a 26 grand.
Still going on
you get a bit of
26 grand right now.
And you get a bit of 25 9. You get a 26,000. You get a bit of 26. And you get a 25 9. You get a bit of 6. Got 25 9.
Actually 25.9.
You get a bit of 25.9. I can't see that far.
So just want to show y'all from this angle right here. So I talked about a floor guy earlier, and you can see him raising the hood and lowering the hood right now. But his job is to basically antagonize us bidders. He's trying to pull bids out of us to get the action moving or whatever. And if there's a like a reserve's not met and the dealer wants wants a higher amount than what the bids go to, then he'll go to the actual floor bidders to try to get a deal done. And say it brings 6,500 bucks, but they want 7,000. Then the floor guy will run to the bidder and say, "Hey, can you help me out anymore? Can you give me 67?" And if the floor bidder says 67, then he'll run back up to auctioneer and say, "Hey, the bidder will do 67. Will the seller do that?" And then the seller will say yes or no. And he basically tries to get deals done really quickly, and that's his job. This next one's a 2010 Kia Soul coming through. It's got 144,000 miles. I'm going to try to bid on it. Stuff's been going a little bit high here, so I don't know if I get it or not. I want to pay less than $4,000 for it. Like 38 is where I think it'll land. So hopefully we can get it.
I appreciate you. Thank you, man. I'm trying to get a bit. Here we go. We're going to get a bit of 5 6 there. I'm trying to get a bit. Here we go. You're going to get a 5 6. And you get a bit of 6 here. And you get a bit of 10. Trying to get a bit of 144 on a mile. Here you go. You get a bit. Here we go. You get a bit of sharp. Trying to get a bit of money. You get a bit of you get a bit of here, and you get a bit of how much on it, and you get a bit of 6 grand. You get a bit of C, 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 you get a 55. We get a 55, you get a 5,000, and you get a 5,000, you get a 5,000, you get a 5,000, you get a 5,000, you get a 4 grand point. I got 4 1, you get a bit of 4,000 point. You get a bit of 4, you get a 1 point.
It started off at 4, so I'm not even going to raise my hand on it.
$4,000 bun. Gotta go. I get a bit of 4, to get a bit of 1, to get a bit of 1, to get a bit of 40 bun, to get a bit of 1, got $4,000. So, 1292, 1292.
All right, guys, we're done. We got 4. I'll show you what I bought. I bought this 2014 Chevy Equinox. It's got 180,000 miles on it. I paid $3,800 for it. I typically don't spend that much money on vehicles, but they actually had this on their Frontline lot, and they wanted that for it. So I got it for $38,000. So I think it's a pretty good deal. We can probably sell it for $55,000 pretty easily. But look good. I didn't check it out. So also, I don't like spending that kind of money, but if they had it on their lots, then it's probably ready to go, and it's pretty clean, so we shouldn't have to do hardly anything to it. Hopefully there's nothing wrong with it for them to bring it here, but I think it's just because they're starting to get inventory now and they don't want to keep this higher mileage stuff. But I think we get 55 out of it. Looks pretty good. All right, next one I bought is this Hyundai Accent. Actually, I can't even remember what the year on it is. It's a 2007. It's only got 122,000 miles. I paid $2,800 for it. Still a little bit higher than I wanted to pay, but I think we should be able to get 4,000 out of it pretty easily just because of the miles. All right, here's the next one I bought. It's a Ford Taurus. What year is it? It is a 2002. It's got 180,000 miles. I paid $1,000 for it. Had a little weird noise to the motor. It sounded actually like the fan was rattling though, so I'm hoping that's what it is. If not, Alex can fix it. He can fix anything. So there's the Alex shout out, and my I'm sorry, Alex, if I should not have bought this car. And is this my last one? I know it's a Versa. This one looks nicer than the one I thought I bought. 2013. Is it run number 15? Hold on, I gotta check my phone real quick. 154. Actually, this is it. Okay, this is a 2013 Nissan Versa. It's got 150,000 miles. I only paid $1,200 for it, so hopefully it's good. Like I said, I didn't check it out, but 2013, 150,000 miles. What could be wrong other than the transmission and everything else? A little dirty. We can clean it up, no problem, but I think I got a really good deal on this. Even if we have to do something semi-major to it, I think we're still good in it. But 2013 Nissan Versa, 154,000 miles, and paid, actually I just said it, what did I pay for it? $1,200. Okay. All right, back in the truck. Grand total is 4, but now I get to drive back to the DMV office and wait for an hour to try to renew my license so I can continue doing business. So hopefully I will not have to wait as long as I did last time, and that all my paperwork's right. So now I'm heading that way. All right, just wanted to bring you guys back in real quick because I'm done. I am now legally able to buy and sell cars for another year in North Carolina. But this is going to be the end of this day. Like I said, I'm going to bring y'all in for the rest of the week, and we might have to do 2 parts to this video just because it might get too long. But really want to thank Ben today. He's one of the guys that runs the auction that we just went to, for letting us do a lot of filming there up close. And I really want to bring in him, and Matt is the other guy that runs that auction. Maybe interview them on one video to see kind of what the back end of used car auctions look like, how they get their sellers together, how they're able to bring buyers in. That's even an aspect of the auction world that I don't know, so I'd be very curious to see that. Another thing about that auction, the auctioneer that you saw, he's actually the guy who transports all of our cars that are not close to our shop. His name's Jonathan. I want to bring him on at some point to maybe have him auctioneer close to the camera so you can hear exactly how he's doing it. There's different styles for different auctioneers. I know a couple others. I might get them on to get their variety to let you see some of that stuff. But now I have a 2.5 hour trip back to the house.
I'm tired already, so it'll be a long trip. But thank you guys for coming along, and I'll see you at the next auction. What's up, guys? This is day 2 of our journey, and I actually think we got enough good footage yesterday that if I'm taking you through a lot of the auctions I go to this week, we can probably make this a 2-part video. So I'll go ahead and release this one, and whenever it gets 1,500 likes, I'll just release the part 2 the day after that. But appreciate you guys watching. A little bit about this auction. This is the largest auction that I go to. Today, I think they're running like 1,300, 1,400 cars. And I mean, that's a lot of cars, and they do it on a weekly basis. But pre-pandemic, just to kind of show you where inventories are, they were running 3,000, 3,500 cars a week here. So it's less than half. And it used to be my best auction when we were pumping out 90, 100 cars a month. And able to do it about 3 auctions. This was one of the auctions that I would usually get 7 to 10. I think I even got 13 cars one week at this auction. But now this is almost my worst auction. And it's because trade-ins have just gone way down. I don't know if they've lost some sellers here or not, but the quality of trade-in and the stuff that I buy, they just don't really have it. A lot of the stuff that's here is like auto loan defaults. There's a lot of lease stuff, and they have a lot of higher end stuff, which is stuff that I don't buy. And they've really reduced the lower end, the cheaper stuff, the trade-ins, down to like 1 or 2 lanes. And they used to run like 16 lanes here, and now I think they only run like 8 or 9. But I'll show you that here in just a second. All right. Well, I think we're ready to go. Time. It is 7:53. This auction's about an hour away from me. So left pretty early this morning. And there's actually 2 auctions today. But the second auction I'll go to is about another hour away from here, but it's only like 10 minutes away from my shop. So this day is a little bit easier than the previous video that you've seen, where I have to drive like 5 hours in one day. So today's not so bad. Not expecting a lot from this auction. I looked at the run list last night, and I've only got 9 or 10, and a lot of times the stuff's kind of junky here. So if we can get 2 or 3, I'll be happy. But I'll see you guys in a second. So I'm actually in the lanes right now where the cars are going to run. You can see all of these bays that are right here. The cars are going to run through there, and they're pulling them from this lot out here. You can see all the cars. That's where I'll be walking to go check out the cars that I've got on my list. But they'll go through each one of these lanes and then go through these bays, and I think they run about 8 or 9 of these bays. Pre-pandemic, they would run every single one of them. There would be just a ton of cars. I'm going to go check out some cars right now, and then I'll bring you guys back in when they start running. I'm going to bring you guys in right here. So I wanted to check out this Lexus, but it's probably going to be a little bit out of my range, and it's a little rougher. So if there is something that is a little bit higher end that I want to bid on, it's got to be perfect, because I don't want to pay up or gamble on anything, and 2, this thing won't crank. So I am going to pass on this one, but it's a cool looking car. I like these a lot. So I want to show you guys one more frustration I have to deal with. So this is run number 9, this is run number 12, and then it jumps to 16. So on the run list, there's actually a Highlander that's supposed to be number 14, and it's not here. And I'm seeing this more and more. If you look back through where these cars are lined up, you see a bunch of holes there. So what's happening is they're listing cars that are going to run in the lanes, and they end up not being there when we get here. So I don't know what's happening. I don't know if there's sellers that are pulling cars, or if they were cars that were actually ran at a prior auction, and the auction company is actually listing them that they're going to run when they're actually not, just to kind of boost their numbers. But it's happening more frequently, and I bet at the auction this afternoon they're almost the worst at it. I'll show you that later, but it's very frustrating. I'm not sure exactly why they do it, but
I don't like it. So that takes one more car off of my run list that I thought I was going to get to look at, and now it's not here. So, all right. So here's one I'll look at. I know these cars are so ugly, but they're actually good little cars. The motors and transmissions seem to hold up. The dashes on them are always cracked. They made them to be cheap cars, but they last quite a bit. I see a lot of them with 250,000 miles. This one's got 160,000 miles, so I feel like it'll last somebody a while, and they're cheap, and I can sell them cheap. So we're gonna look at this one. So here's another thing that we run into a lot, and it's very frustrating. I want to check out this Equinox. Door's locked. I don't know if you can see, but the keys are in the ignition. Door's locked. Door's locked. Watch this be unlocked, and I'll have to crawl in through the trunk. Nope. All right. Door locked. Door locked. So don't get to check out. On to the next one. Just want to show you guys some of the newer stuff that this auction runs. That's a 2021. That's a 2020, 17,000 miles. That's a 2015, so not too new on that one. That's a 2020, 55,000 miles. 2017, 2017, 2017. But as you see, just a lot nicer stuff than what I typically look at, but just thought it'd be good for you guys to see. This is I think why I don't do very well at this auction, is because they have more of this higher end stuff. So the dealers that bring the lower end stuff, they don't do as well, because they want to take it to an auction that has more of that stuff, which is going to attract more buyers like me. So the more buyers that you have to buy your stuff, obviously the higher it's going to go. But I just want to point out, like, stuff like this right here. It's 2021 Honda. Actually, it looks a little bit of road rash there. So I was going to say that we're starting to see a lot more of this stuff pop up, and we haven't seen it in the last 2 years. And it's because dealers are they're getting inventory back in, so that's going to be good for the consumer. You probably haven't seen it yet on the retail side, but it's coming. These dealers, they're getting inventory and they're not selling any of it. So as they build up more inventory, you're going to start seeing prices come down. A lot of these bogus fees come off these cars. So hopefully that's coming soon, but not here yet. All right, so done checking out cars. I had a list of 11, and now it's only 3. So this auction will probably be a bust. That's okay. It usually like that here. If I get 2, I'll be happy. So I'm going to go in and I'll show you the outside of the auction, how the cars are kind of running through. But other than that, we'll probably be done with this auction, and probably drop by the shop after this, and then go to the other one this afternoon. So I'll bring you guys back in a second. All right, so this is what it looks like when the cars are rolling in. They're running, I think I just counted 10 lanes they're running today. But you can see how they go through each individual lanes, how they're marked off, and they'll run through these garage doors, and they'll get auctioned off inside there. They must not have very many drivers, because usually they're lined up out the door pretty good ways to be able to run them through. So maybe they're cutting back on staff. I would assume they would need to, because they're not making very much money, because a lot of these cars are getting no sold. But you can see over there, all the way down that way, they're running through the lanes. All right, team, done with this auction. I bought a 2005 Ford 500 for $600 and a 2008 Hyundai Elantra for $2,100. They seem to be okay. The Ford 500's pretty rough, but if we just had to put a little bit into it, can be in it total like $1,000. Sell it somebody for $2,000, they'll be happy with it. But got 2. Going to go back to the shop, check on things, make sure our vicious attack dog has not bit anyone today, and I'll bring you guys back in later. Hey, come here. Yeah, you have a stupid sweater on. I can't believe she put you in that. You're so vicious. Good girl. All right, so we're at the next auction now, and this one runs 4 lanes, and you can see the lanes right there. They'll go through the garage doors. There's 5 doors, but they only run 4 lanes. But they'll line the cars up, and they'll come through these lanes just like this. It'll stretch all the way that way, and they're actually pulling the cars up from the top of the lot up there, and I'll walk you up there and show you that in just a minute. All right, just got done checking the cars here. I've got 10 on the list. Actually, the list looks pretty good. I'd like to get about 5 today. That'd be good. So we're going to go check it out. I'm not going to be able to film anything inside the auction here, and they usually have music blaring anyway. I know that I took a couple shots before I got into the truck where the music was in the background, so I'm just going to have to talk over those. I'll probably explain that to you already, but so wish me luck. So this is what the cars look like going through the lanes. You got one that's dead. They're going to try to jump it to get it through, but that's what a lot of times you see these guys running around the orange vest. They're responsible for keeping the cars moving. They'll die in the lane all the time. They'll run out of gas. Anything can happen to these. They'll blow up in the lane, and they still have to get them through the lane. If they're pushing them, if they have to jump start them, if they have to throw some gas in it, they get them through. There's one getting pushed right now. All right, so the auction's still going on, but we were able to get 2 and got 1 if bid. Not as good as I wanted to be. Prices were a little bit higher, which is, I mean, that's norm for this auction, but I had been able to previously get more, but I'm going to take you over here and show you what I got. Actually, here's one right here. This is, let me get my paperwork out. All right, so this is a 2012 Chevy Impala, and I paid $1,400 for this. I think I got a good deal on it. I like the rims. Somebody will like the rims. That tire's a little flat. Hopefully we won't have to replace it because that looks expensive, but yeah, 2012 Impala for $1,400. Should be easy $2,500 for us. All right, we bought this one right here, and yes, I did check it out, but I knew that was there, not like last week. So zip ties and all the duct tape and no hubcaps. I paid $1,500 for this. This is a 2009 Nissan Versa. All right, so here is my if bid. I paid $1,300. Oh, y'all are looking at the wrong thing. Here it is. So this is $1,300. The auctioneer said I wasn't too far away, so I probably will get it. But $1,300 for this. It's a 2003 Honda Civic, 2-tone, so it's special, custom paint. Look at that. That makes it more expensive. So no, we can we'll sell it for probably $2,500. The 2-tone paint does not matter. All right, so we're done with that auction. If you're keeping count, 4 yesterday, 2 this morning, and 2 in an if at this auction. So that is 8 and 1 if, and we should get the if, so probably 9. Tomorrow you have a treat though. Tomorrow we're going to an auction. It's my day off, so Alex is running tomorrow's auction, so you get to see him in action. I'm actually going to follow him around a little bit tomorrow and see how he checks out the cars. He does it better than I do, obviously, because he's a mechanic and I am just a person who buys cars. But to get that, you have to get the likes, because that's going to be in part 2. So our goal is 1,500 likes, and you're not going to know when it comes out unless you're subscribed and you hit that notification bell. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you see part 2, but we need to get the likes to get it. So as always, thanks guys.